welcome our next reader, Lesley Wheeler.
I read in solidarity with Sucre, Bolivia, and Missoula, Montana. Thank you, everybody. These readings have been great, and thank you so much to Polly for pulling this together.
Yes, indeed.
First poem is from my most recent collection, Radioland. It's called Reparations, and it refers to one of the dreadful things in Virginia history that many of you will know about, the Forced Sterilization Act from the 1920s, in which people were targeted for racial reasons, but also other reasons for and forced to be sterilized. It also quotes from a circuit court ruling from Amherst County. When pinprick holes allow air to escape, boiling eggs cheep like chicks. When a cold, blurry mouse dashes from the shadow under the dishwasher to the shadow under the fridge, the cat shudders, streaks upstairs, mourns under the bed. When the pilot light in the furnace dies, every radiator clicks with disappointment, begins to cool, to fall asleep. It's a dangerous world. In your blood, right now, a cell turns bad, converts its neighbors to badness. A teenager waits for his mother to shuffle to work, gloves, keys, weight, coffee, then reaches to the closet shelf for her gun. The clock radio mutters about eugenics in Virginia, forced sterilization of defective persons, whether feeble-minded or racially impure, collected in mountain sweeps or just trusting the wrong doctor. 8,000 operations until 1979. The legislature says it is so sorry. Audio clip of a black veteran. He and his wife wanted children, he says, before sobs tear his voice into noise. Ignorance warms you. Sun streaming in, honey dissolved in tea. Pleasant, but winter tends to straggle behind or move in under the floorboards. The skull swarms with vermin. Silence swells, deformed. The shell looks sound, a bland, pebbly brightness in the hand, but what will it cry when the heat is on? So one of the problematic monuments in my part of Virginia is in the Lee Chapel. I teach at Washington and Lee University. So this poem is titled Recumbent Lee by Edward Valentine, and it refers to a statue that's a couple hundred yards from my office.
And where in Virginia are you?
Oh, Lexington, Virginia. So yeah. And there is a bad word in this poem, but it's my daughter's fault. Afflicted with frosty dreams, the marble man reclines but keeps a hold on his saber. Notice the clenched muscle above blanched brows. Is appalled, maybe, by my fair daughter's skimpy tank or the fuck she mutters just at the threshold of the docent's vigilance. Senses a chill, now the chamber's stripped of flags. A dreadful dust web runs from nose tip down to mustache bristle, but he still wears boots, pretending to rest, that blankets the whitest of lies. I have one more short one, if that's all right.
Yes.
This is called, I've been writing a lot of spells and invocations lately. This one is called All-Purpose Spell for Banishment. And I have two blank spaces in the poem that you can mentally fill in with whosever name you like. A pox on blank and the gerrymander he rode in on. Expel, export, exile him while we waft sage smoke around. At this 0 hour, as our wombs contract under the moon, cast him out, groper, loomer, cheater, rapist, harassing mogul, bully, frilled narcissus of a boss. Evict without visa, dissolve his assets and social media accounts. Let there be no comb-over strays stranded on sofa backs, no despotic perfume. Erase his name even from rumor, from amygdala. Remove all dimples left in moss by cloven loafer. There is no blank. There never was. As the last syllable of this incantation sounds, it breaks over us how light we feel, like lemon mousse in a silver dish on an early spring morning before the leaves grow in, each cell of foam trapping nothing but sugar and sunshine. On our tongues, only spit. Thank you.